Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-VellCustoms. So today I'm sharing with you a Sideshow premium format Wonder Woman statue that I converted into the Justice League War animated Wonder Woman version. Some of you may not know, or some of you probably do know right off the bat, DC makes a lot of animated movies, and they did a Justice League War one, and Wonder Woman had this outfit on her, and it was like this version, and I really liked that movie a lot, and I love what they did with Wonder Woman in there, and I said, you know, someday I'm going to make that version of Wonder Woman. So this is the last premium format I had from a couple trades back when she came out. And I've done a couple versions of her where I did the Black Lantern Wonder Woman, I did the Terry Dodson Wonder Woman, I did the Wonder Woman on the Fortress of Solitude, and I did something else. I don't know, you can check my library videos. I got a couple Wonder Woman customs of the premium format. So we'll kind of break down everything I did to her, but I also did a video series on her hair, of how making removable hair, so you guys can check that out. I'll link it in the description. So it breaks down how I kind of did all this stuff. So we'll get a little bit closer and we'll show you exactly what I did. Alright, so one of the first things is basically the hair. And as you can see, in the version of the anime, her hair is kind of like brought back into a ponytail. Then it's kind of puffy, but then it kind of gets tied again to the tip. So I did a whole sculpt and everything. So this is removable with a magnet. As you can see, there's a magnet. I did all the hair. I painted it up in a nice black with some hints of blue pearl. And then I tied some red rope around there. That goes back on there like that. I did tweak her nose. It's probably hard to see, but I did take her nose down. And I've been toying with a lot more facial features. So what I did is I took down the nose a lot because it's a very big nose that they sculpted on her. And I just shrunk it down and I took it down a little bit more. Tried to do a little bit more of like the anime look and stuff. So, and then I broke her arm because, you know, as a Wonder Woman premium format, she does have the arm going outwards, holding a spear. So we got rid of the spear and I broke the arm. I resculpted there and I made it so she's holding the sword. Now, her arms do come out. They are removable. So I'll kind of show you how they're removable. So I did this because it's easier to paint it, plus it's also better for shipping. So there is a magnet in there with a square brass rod, and then right here is a piece of metal. So this goes in here like this. And then the same thing with this hand here, as you can see. So that hand comes separated as well. Let me just make sure I get that back in there correctly. Looking at it at the right angle. Alright, so that's magnetized so it won't come out. Alright. So we'll break down the outfit. I had to tweak out the crown because the Wonder Woman that came with it didn't have that. It had a point coming up, so you had to take down the point a little bit so the hair would go in. I sculpted the outfit on her, which is the breastplate, as you can see. Tweaked out the breast a little bit too. I did the belt, did all the other blues on her, the outfit. The boots, and I made knee pads for her too. But what I did was I sculpted this knee pad, and then I did a throwaway mold, and I made a crappy casting of that knee pad onto here, and then I fixed it all up, so I got two of the same knee pads, so it worked out pretty good. And then I just did the rest of the boots and everything. I gave it black soles because I thought it would just look a little bit better, because, you know, I'm taking an anime version and I'm kind of doing 3D, and I just had to tweak it a little bit. And of course the base, I redid the whole base and shrunk it down, took off the top because I figured, you know, it'd be more room. Now, one of the cool things about this custom is the sword. Now, if you did watch the anime, you'll look at this sword and you'll see it's pretty much almost accurate to the, you know, movie. And the reason why is, as I was working on her, and I'm getting to the point where I was like, you know, I really want to put that sword in her, but I'm like, I'm going to have to make the whole sword, but maybe I don't want to make it. So I went on eBay. And I started looking at, you know, letter opener swords, and there's tons of them, and they have all kinds of crazy letter opener swords. And I'm just like, oh man, I was like, alright, so I'll be able to find the sword. Maybe I can find the sword in her era, and it'll work out. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, I found one I was going to buy, and I missed the auction. Somebody outbidded me. I was like, oh man. So as I started looking online, I found out that there's a company making Wonder Woman letter opener swords, and this is that sword. And I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need for my custom. It's just weird how it worked out. And I think they're like, you know, 15, 20 bucks. It's really cool, and they're pretty big. I mean, you can see it's a pretty big sword compared to my hand, and it's almost perfectly in scale with her, you know? So that worked out pretty good, except the sword handle is all in gold. All this is gold, and it's gold plated. So when I did my chrome process here, I masked off this piece, and I did all the black, everything black, and black gloss from the can. So when I chromed this out, I kind of missed a little bit chrome, but not much, just to give it that like pewter look almost, because that's kind of what it looks like in the cartoon. Of course, in the cartoon, her handle is all you know, metal, but what I did is there was already wraps around it, so I just kind of did the leather wraps and everything. But she does have a little bit of a red thing on there, so I did the little piece in the back, little dot like a red. And then after that, it was just a matter of painting her up. So it's all garage kit colors, flesh tones. The blues is kind of like a very darker blue with some dark shadings. Her red, I want to do something a little bit different with this red because the anime is kind of a darker red. So it's said to me that maybe she's kind of like, kind of more of like, you know, a leather red around her, like a rather, like kind of like a corset almost, you know. So what I did is I did the lining back there of all that. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to use a lot of mahogany in there. So I did a lot of mahogany red in there with some very tiny bit of black, but more dark, you know, brown mahogany with a red. And I gave it, you know, no pearls, nothing. It just made it look more leather-like, and that worked out pretty good. And then the rest of it is just like, I guess it's kind of like gray wraps around her knees and around there holding up the knee pads. And then that worked out pretty good. And then, of course, the base, I just wanted to go with that old, you know, her, you know, the Amazon Island Themyscira, where it's kind of like, you know, broken pillars. And I thought that would work pretty good for her, as you can kind of see. I did something a little bit different with this one. This is, I did a video, too, check that out, of the Durham's water putty. So I did some sculpting with this water putty and stuff. So it kind of worked out pretty good. And did some texturizing in there. So it looks like it's broken up pretty well. So that's kind of cool. And then I added some rope into the hand. And then that's it. That is the Wonder Woman War custom. Hopefully you guys like the way she came out. I had a lot of fun. I really wanted to try something different, as you can see. This is probably one of those customs that, you know, I don't know if a lot of people would enjoy it. I don't know if people would like it. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool just to see this version of Wonder Woman in a 1/4 scale. Because there's a lot of other versions out there of Wonder Woman. And you could do a lot of different things with her. I mean, you can even come up with your own version of Wonder Woman. You could sculpt, you know, hit the drawing board and say maybe she's got this type of armor, maybe she's got that. And you can make up your own version of Wonder Woman and have fun. So, like I say, that's always a good thing about this hobby. You can do your own things and have fun with these statues and just run with them. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I would never take a statue. But if you come across a broken one or you got one in a trade or something, you can just have some fun with them. But there you go. That is Wonder Woman War Justice League. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know in the comments if you do. And she will be up for grabs on my website. Just one of these things I just wanted to write off on my bucket list of characters to make and versions. And this is one of them. So thanks for watching. And we'll be back with some more videos.